eNCA denies censoring Zuma interview, cites election rules as MK party hits back. 24-hour television news channel eNCA, also known as E-News Channel Africa, has dismissed allegations that it censored an interview with former President Jacob Zuma that was meant to air on Power to the Truth with JJ Tabane on Monday. In a statement posted in its social media page on X or Twitter, the broadcaster said the interview could not be broadcast on Monday night as it was so close to the election. For this reason, all current affairs programs, including Power to the Truth, have been cancelled this week. Read the statement. The broadcaster further added that it could not advance the interest of one political party over another. Zuma is the leader and face of the controversies MK party. If the interview was broadcast, all other political parties would need to be given equivalent airtime, which is impossible at this stage. eNCA will be complying with all its regulatory obligations, prohibiting it from broadcasting such interviews less than 48 hours before an election. No interviews with anyone representing a political party will be broadcast until after the election. Moreover, the broadcaster said the failure to broadcast the interview had nothing to do with the fact that it involved Zuma and his MK party. Meanwhile, resources at eNCA confirmed that that the interview with Zuma was shot last week and was ready to air. However, the powers that be at the broadcaster decided to pull the interview due to its contents, as Zuma was highly critical of the status quo in the country. According to new and amended regulations by the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa, ICASSA, which were gazetted on 22nd February 2024, if within 48 hours before the commencement of the polling period or during the polling period, a broadcaster intends to broadcast a program where a political party or an independent candidate is criticized, the broadcaster must ensure that the political party or independent candidate is given a reasonable opportunity to respond in the same program. The new regulations also state that political adverts must only be broadcast during the election period and no later than 48 hours before polling commences. Earlier on Monday, the South African Broadcasting Corporation, SABC, dismisses claims by Zuma that the public broadcaster disallowed him from expressing his views and opinions. Zuma accused the SABC of blocking an interview that was conducted on 22nd May. The allegations surfaced after Zuma voiced his concern over what he described as a selective media ban against him. Responding to the news, the SABC said the allegations were not true as form of the onset of the information of Zuma's political party. The public broadcaster has covered the party's activities. The SABC has contacted Zuma's team for interviews and there was no positive response, and this did not derail the team from trying and even adhering to the invite from his part to cover its activities, including its rally on 18th May 2024, it said in a statement. In a statement on Monday night, the MK party vehemently condemned what they said was the ongoing and systematic persecution of President Jacob Zuma and by extension MK party by eNCA and its associates. This persecution is a direct result of a coordinated anti-Zuma campaign orchestrated by the ANC of Cyril Ramaphosa on behalf of white monopoly capital WMC and those who were intimidated by the MK party's radical stance on land expropriation without compensation, the statement said. Meanwhile, MKP questions IEC about Khumalo's presence at Results Center. The Umkhonto weSizwe Party MKP party is seeking answers from the Electoral Commission of South Africa, IEC, why its expelled member Jabulani Khumalo was allowed at the Results Operations Center, ROC, in Midrand last Wednesday. The party, which is led by former President Jacob Zuma, has written to the IEC questioning the circumstances under which Khumalo was granted access to the ROC. The MKP said if the IEC did not respond by the end of Monday, it would consider taking the electoral body to court. Despite clear judicial and organizational resolutions confirming Khumalo's expulsion from the party and resignation from leadership, which the IEC itself confirmed, his presence at the ROC contradicts these well-established facts and raises significant questions about the adherence to protocol and the objectives of IEC in this matter. We have raised serious concerns in previous statements regarding Khumalo's disturbingly close relationships and proximity to senior officials at the IEC, and this can only be a further confirmation that our assertions and intelligence reports were solid in fact. MKP spokesperson Dlabulo Ndlela added, in light of the above, we therefore request that the IEC responds to our letter by no later close of business today and provide a satisfactory explanation for this oversight. Failure to do so will compel the MKP to consider all available legal options, including court, to address this grievance. He said the step underscored their commitment to upholding the democratic process and ensure that the IEC maintained the highest standards of integrity and impartiality. The MKP remained deeply concerned about the appearance of conduct that is seemingly partisan by the IEC, particularly the persecution that it may be influenced by external political interests, notably playing for the ANC of Cyril Ramaphosa. It is crucial, especially in times of electoral activities, that the IEC demonstrates beyond doubt its independence and fairness, since any actions perceived as favoritism undermine public trust in our democratic institutions and taints the electoral process, Ndlela said. The party called on South Africans to remain vigilant and hold all institutions accountable, ensuring that democracy remained robust and unblemished by undue influence. But most importantly, the guard against plans by the ANC of Ramaphosa to rig elections as evidence is beginning to show. Let us all go out and vote on May 29, 2024 to ensure that the MKP gets a 2/3 majority so that we can address load shedding, unemployment, poverty, and corruption in our beautiful country, South Africa, he said. Last month, the MKP expelled Khumalo, who founded the party, along with Rochelle Davidson, Ray Khumalo, Beki Manzini, and Lebo Mopeng. Khumalo, who in a recent interview insisted that he was still the leader of the MKP, is challenging his expulsion from the party in court. Khumalo did not pick up his phone or respond to a text message asking for comment. Speaking to journalists earlier this month, Mandela made it clear that the decision to expel Khumalo was not a witch hunt but a necessary step taken to uphold the MKP's principles and to maintain organizational integrity. He further stated that the decision was taken in Khumalo's presence after information emerged about his dealings, including apparent car purchases, overseas trips, and a sudden increase in the number of bodyguards around him. IEC spokesperson Kate Bapela had not responded by the time of going to print. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.